many people are working to maintain this image of the American dream. And this is a structure of domination. There's the little icon of the house there, and this is the icon that is oppressing us. So many people are working to maintain this image. They have large home mortgages. They spend most of their lives paying these debts off. And many people now are losing their homes because we're in this debtor nation, and the economy is falling apart. And so we really are in an economic crisis as well as an ecological crisis, all relating to that our old definitions of work no longer are healthy in the 21st century. So what I am proposing is for humanity to start engaging in the great work of rebuilding an architectural foundation. So if we can have this philosophic foundation of this, we have to do our own work that nourishes our soul and our hearts. If we can base a workforce on that inner drive and the volunteerism of we are volunteering with our hearts to build this new culture, then I think that we're going to find the energy needed to make this transition. And you have to realize that money is not the problem. The lack of money is not the problem. What our energy crisis is all about is the inner energy, is the crisis of this deadening spirit that we see, this apathy of not caring about the future generations, of doing work that is destructive to our future. And this is inside the biosphere. Now, this is also a structure of our survival, because as our climate is changing due to the release of greenhouse gases and the continuing burning of CO2 destroying our climate, then we're going to need a closed biosphere, a container that houses life. And within the biosphere, there's all these bioregions needed in order to maintain the atmosphere within a closed structure. So the biosphere is a mini Earth, and the Earth is actually on the verge of reproduction by building baby biospheres. And if we can learn how to live on Earth successfully in these biospheres, then we can make the quantum leap of living outside of our atmosphere. So this is evolutionary architecture. And so that's why it is a great work, because it has this evolutionary component to it that allows us to see a future, long distance in the future. And so when we look into the heavens, no longer do we see with the past, but we are seeing with evolutionary eyes into the future. And that future is one based on love. It's based on recycling, perhaps even reincarnation, the transmigration of souls, because we have built a culture on our inner needs. And because that's the love. People need to love their work. They need to have this relationship of liberation and joy that their work brings them. And if we collectively work to build this grand architectural design that has a future, then we are going to find this collective joy that we have lost as we live in the single-family detached house, this alienated structures, the shelter that doesn't bring people together but isolates them. What Paulo Soleri calls it's the global hermitage, because we're just shielding ourselves from each other. There's no sense of community in a consumer society where people are working with their egos to establish careers so they can make a lot of money, so they can buy all these material goods, as their spirits just are withering away. So that's what our challenge is. And this new design that we can build of restoring the ocean, of having our biosystems come back alive, of the reintroduction of the predator in wilderness, then we are going to find the healthy ecosystems that we need in order for our connection with the cosmos to be reunited with our souls. And this is an image of an arcology, and you can see the organic pattern of it. It's very different than urban sprawl with no boundaries, it just acting like there are unlimited resources when there aren't. So we have to live within our means. That's what a good economy would do. It would live within the ecological ecosystems and not destroy the ecosystems like we're doing now. And there are no cars within this. Everything is well organized and thought out. There's a mass transportation system within the ecological cities. You see the automated industries, because in this system we're going to work with technology to the fullest. We're going to have robots do so much of the labor so that humans are free to be creative. And that's a new role with human beings, because no longer are we going to be slaves to someone else's desires and visions, but we have this collective framework in which we're building the new culture, and we're going to have the robots do the menial labor so that humans can be universal humanity. This is the archway into the new world. You can see the New York City down below, and then we're going through that arch, that new paradigm, and building the rainbow culture where everyone can do their own work, where it's unity with diversity, and that diversity is doing your own work so that your talent, your genius, and your skills are liberated. And that's creating a meritocracy. So thanks for listening to me about the nature of work and how it is changing as we move into the Lovolution.